It's been 2 weeks since last we all marked out. So much has happened in wrestling to talk about. AEW has a new ladies champ and Jeff Cobb. Catching up on New Japan and NWA. Mark out, it's Mark Out Mania, coming to you live this Saturday morning. Mark out, it's Mark Out Mania. James, Zeus, and Pedro are here to mark out on Mark Out Mania.
Nice.
Good job, Pedro. Good job. I felt like I was back in New York on the Lower East Side, sitting at the end of the bar chilling. Good job.
Hey, hola amigos, and welcome to the Mark Out Mania.
Yeah.
Woo. I'm Pedro. I got to do intros. We haven't done intros in a while, and it's been.
Hi, I'm Pedro.
And we have James Extreme Sarno.
Yes, sir.
And we got the God of Thunder, Zeus King Dark, our super famous wrestling historian.
No. He's not super. He's not famous. He's super famous.
That's me.
Everyone doing okay?
Yeah, man. We're hanging in there. Actually, how was your Valentine's Day weekend, buddy?
Oh, it was pretty good. Valentine's Day was pretty good.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Some like car issues came up about on the night, but we took care of that the next day. But yeah, everything was fine. Yeah,
good. It's good. Glad to hear that.
All about being together. How was y'all's Valentine's weekend?
Nice. We went up to Richmond, and that's my father's birthday. We went and so went to Gravestone and stayed a while.
Happy birthday, Papa Zeus!
Yes.
Hollywood Cemetery in Richmond it's a big, beautiful cemetery. It's right near the river, and there's three American presidents buried there, and
nice.
It's a pretty cool place.
Cool. That's awesome. Good job.
So, what about you, James? What'd you do?
Nice and peaceful, quiet, uneventful, just chill, just relaxed. I took it easy. Did my thing. All good.
Stella Artois.
There you go. Good job, Zeus.
I gotta try Stella Artois. I haven't tried it yet.
Sacrilege! What's wrong with you, Pedro? Try it.
I don't know about you, but I really don't drink beer that much. So
yeah, Zeus, you don't drink beer, right?
Not really.
I drink.
I can't do wine. I can't do wine. It's too sweet for me. I can't do mixed drinks. I can't do it. I mean, back in my 20s, I used to do whiskey like it was nothing, but I can't do mixed drinks anymore. And I've always liked beer, so I drink different beer with different foods.
Yeah.
So
it's like pairing different wine with different food.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, because my mom was from Spain, I've grown up with some amount of wine in my life.
Yeah.
But a beer. I didn't like beer when I was younger. I've grown to like it more as I've gotten older, but I only drink like so few times in a year. So it sounds like I'm drunk right now, the way I'm talking all broken up. But
please trust me, I can hang out with the Sandman. Okay, I'm alcohol fueled. Okay, I could drink all day.
I can't
drink beer
much at all. I drink if I drink like a beer, I just drink one beer. I don't drink multiple.
No, I could drink, but beer all day. To me, it's not a problem. I have a glass of wine. I can't do it. I'll pass out. You know.
Someone's gonna listen and be like, "It sounds like you have a problem." If you're
Yeah, I have a problem. Yeah. Well, no, because it's funny because I used to take a pill, right? That because you know I have all kinds of issues with my heart, and one of the pills I used to take, it would thin out my blood. But the problem is, I was having adverse side effects. So I spoke to my doctor, and you know, like he told me have 2 beers after dinner every day because it'll give you the same effect. And it actually worked better than the actual prescribed pill. So it's weird. It's weird. It's you know, it's weird. I mean, I don't drink every day, but it's weird. You know,
my parents used to split a beer every night before dinner.
That's awesome. There you go.
Yeah, they used to split. I mean, and they would get like, you know, weird stuff like Tuborg Dark.
Yeah, I like drinking like different types of beers and stuff like that. Cause like I usually go like beer tasting places, you know.
Yeah,
you know.
I'm a fan of stout myself. I do like stout.
I'll do some stout. I'll do a chocolate stout. It's nice. You know, I'll do different kinds of pilsners and ales. I do like Kronenberg. I'll do some Sapporo from time to time. You know, like it's all depending on my moods. You know, I don't drink.
When one of the first things I did when I was 21, I bought some Sapporo beer because the grocery store I was working at had it, and I took it home and gave it to my mom and her mother, my grandmother, and her sister, my great aunt, were all there, and they all liked it. And it was funny because they're all from Milwaukee, so they love American beer, and they liked it. And then I told them, they're like, oh, you know. And plus, you know, you're talking about people who were very impacted by World War II. So there was
exactly.
So you're talking about, nice, it's like 91. So, it is still interesting to see them, respond favorably to it.
The different issues.
Shout out to YYH in the chat room.
Double Y, double H, what's going on?
She doesn't like beer except for some, and she doesn't like wine either.
Brutal.
No. Hey. So what about wrestling? We've been gone for 2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
A lot of stuff has happened, I guess. Tiger Hattori has retired.
Yeah.
Did they have Manabu Nakanishi's retirement?
Yep.
Okay, I haven't seen either of those shows yet, but
I got to catch up on my New Japan. I haven't caught up on any of my New Japan.
I'm still behind. I haven't seen the big February 9th show yet.
The only thing I got excited about, because I heard that Gumby dropped the belt to Will Ospreay.
Oh man, I watched that match yesterday.
So that Will Ospreay's walking around now. He's got the Fisher Price belt.
Yes,
and he's declared himself a full-time heavyweight.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes. So he will not be no best of Super Junior for Ospreay.
Okay.
So
let's see who he goes after.
That's pretty interesting. So I mean that opens up the division somewhat. I mean you're taking out a heavy favorite.
Yeah, he was one of the highlights of the Super J's,
Oh, definitely. I mean, for a lot of years now. So,
did y'all see either of the 2 matches from this month between Zack Sabre Jr. and Ospreay?
I haven't seen any of them. I got to see them.
What about you, Zeus?
I think I've seen.
There's one on February 2nd, which was in Japan, and then there is the one on Valentine's Day in England.
No, I haven't seen. I didn't see the latest one, but I mean,
in my opinion, this is just my opinion. The one in Japan from February 2nd is better than the other one.
Now,
But
here's my question: are they setting up Gumby now for a big run in New Japan?
Yes.
it kind of made me wonder: is he going to go after like the Intercontinental title,
U.S. title?
a U.S. title?
Oh,
Okay.
really? Yeah.
Yeah, because after Moxley beat Suzuki, Zack Sabre Jr. came in and beat the crap out of him.
Mm.
Right. Okay. So
So
he's going to get a big push now.
I think so.
Okay. That should be interesting.
Yeah.
A warning to all who watched that Rev Pro match where Ospreay wins the title. The commentary is annoying as fuck. Like,
Is it Triple Mania bad? Is it Triple Mania bad?
they're just annoying. I mean,
Okay.
just imagine two, I don't know, just annoying people just yelling stuff like, "Oh my god, he did this! Oh my god! Oh."
That tweet from the Matthew Botchamania dude, man, that had me dying laughing. Like,
which one about
the one where he says, but I love the first hour of NXT takeovers, but by the third hour, I'm numb from the umpteenth million. Oh my god, he just kicked out of off the top rope, fucking hater.
Yeah, the fucking hater.
Well, I got some comments about that NXT takeover.
Well, y'all take it away then. Sorry. So.
For the record, I don't have the network anymore, so
you gave up on it?
Yeah, I gave up on it. So to do Netflix.
Wow.
But,
wow.
Gotta please your ladies. But what's it called? Yeah, so I haven't seen Takeover or NXT, but James, you saw them, right?
Yes, I did.
Tell us about Takeover.
I saw NXT Takeover Portland. I'm going to say this about it, okay? Usually on pay-per-views, you'll have one or two matches that are so-so, okay, or they just flat out suck. I can honestly say that this is the first pay-per-view I've seen in a long time where every match was unbelievable. Every single match was hard-hitting, unbelievable. Now, as saying that, there were definitely issues with the finishes. And it goes with Zeus alluded to about the false finish. You had the NXT North America Championship. It was Keith Lee and Dominik Dijakovic. That's what kicked off Takeover. These guys are no joke in that ring. And you want to talk about stiff? I think they just said, you know what? Hit me as hard as you can. Because each of them were laying in shots that looked like they could knock out the normal person. I mean, they were hitting blows after blows and shot after shot. And I'm sorry, but a 350-pound man should not be doing over-the-top rope moonsaults. Unbelievable. These guys had an excellent match, hard-hitting, unbelievable match. They're definitely redefining what the big men can do in the ring.
I mean,
excellent match.
That's been a discussion for a while, about like should these big men be doing these high spots? Like we know
there's a time and there's a time and a place for it. Okay, not every match they have should be like that. I agree, but they killed it at the pay-per-view only because of how stiff all the rest of the shots were. Because like a body slam wasn't a normal body slam. They were really driving their opponent. They were really dropping elbows. I mean, the point of the elbow were hitting like the tip of the forehead. I mean, they were really dropping shit hard on each other. It was a good match. And you had Keith Lee still the champ. He even shook Dominic's hand at the end. But it's an ongoing story, and they're going to continue the feud. It was good stuff to open up the NXT pay-per-view. I think WWE will definitely make a mistake if they bring up Keith Lee. Leave him in NXT. He's a star in NXT. He's an attraction in NXT. And people are tuning in to actually watch him. Don't take him off the program. Then you had the street fight with
was it better than the other one?
between Tegan Knox and Dakota Kai. Again, it was like these people went and said, we're going to try to outdo each other. These women were swinging hard, beating the shit out of each other, literally. I mean, I was like, oh my God, they really were going at it. You know, it wasn't soft moves or like, it wasn't very choreographed. No, it was all balls to the wall and wild. It was a great match. It was better than what they had before, Pedro, much better.
Oh, okay.
But the problem was, it was the finish.
Oh.
It's going to be a start. It's going to be a running theme of the night. It was a great match, which was ruined by a finish. Because here comes Kai on the top rope. She's getting ready to kill Tegan Knox. The other way around. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Tegan Knox is getting ready to kill Dakota Kai.
Right. I saw that.
Yeah, and here comes Raquel, and then here comes Raquel Gonzalez out of nowhere. In comes her doing a run-in. It's the first time she's been seen since the Mae Young Classic. So nobody knows who she is. Everybody is just stopped. The whole flow of the match completely stopped. They did the run-in, and then as Kai gets the victory, they fucked up the finish. That match was so good, it brought everything to a standstill. Why did you do that? I don't know. If you want to introduce Gonzalez into the storyline, I have no problem with that. But why do it when nobody knew who the hell she was? It just fucked everything up, in my opinion. I thought it was a very good match. Okay? But it was the finish. Then you have Finn Balor beating the shit out of Johnny Gargano. Oh, my God. I thought Gargano. I've seen Gargano take beatings on NXT TakeOver. He took another one. Him and Finn Balor went at it. Excellent match. It was good stuff. Finn Balor went over, and he's putting him through tables. He's giving Huna Conradas outside the ring. It was intense. It was good stuff. It was good stuff. Hard hitting, smash mouth, everything you expect. Then you had the NXT Women's Championship. I was looking forward to this one. I was looking forward to Rhea Ripley versus the Bianca Belair. Again, it's the running theme of the night. The stiff shots. It beat the shit out of each other. It was like nobody wanted to sell for each other. There was a bunch of no sells in that match. Bunch of no sells. It looked like they were pissed off at each other. Everybody knew Rhea Ripley was going to win because it's all set up for WrestleMania. Now, here's one thing I hate about the internet. There's spoilers galore. So there's nothing really a surprise anymore. And you can tell by the crowd reaction. Because as soon as the match was over and as soon as Ripley gets the 1, 2, 3, in runs in Charlotte Flair. It's like everybody knew she was coming because the crowd didn't react at all. It was like
their crowds have just been odd lately, though. I mean, doesn't matter. I mean, I know this is way out in Portland, but damn, I mean,
Zeus. It's funny you say that because during the match, that crowd was hot. It was a hot crowd. As soon as Flair did the run-in, it shut down. The whole crowd shut down. She got no pop whatsoever. Even her promo got no pop whatsoever. Everything shut down. I don't know why, but it just shut down. All right, so funny you say that. Now, it was great stuff. It was a decent finish, but again, they had the Flair run in the post match. It just ruined it. It just ruined it. In my opinion, it just ruined a good match. Now, I think the match of the night was next. You had the NXT Tag Team Championships. You had the Broserweights, actually Pete Dunne and Matt Riddle, beating the shit out of Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. Oh my God, these guys went at it. Match of the night, in my opinion. These four, excellent chemistry. These guys told an amazing story in the ring. They went at it, stiff shots, move after move. Of course, the 9,500 false finishes. You know, it was good stuff. And the Broserweights go over and they win the NXT Tag Team Champions. They are awesome. It was good stuff in that ring. Good stuff. Good stuff. You know, hard hitting, man, stiff. Everybody had bruises and marks on their body. And these guys really went at it. Yeah, they really went at it. It was the best match of the night, in my opinion. And every single match was great. There was not one bad match. They had bad finishes, but not bad match. Now, speaking of bad finishes, you had the main event. You had the NXT Championship. Adam Cole, baby, defended against Tommaso Ciampa. Okay? These motherfuckers beat the shit out of each other. As to what Zeus was alluding to. Tommaso Ciampa got dropped on his head about 6,432,000 times. Okay? Million times, okay? You thought he could have given himself 10 pile drivers, okay? I thought he busted his head open. Adam Cole dropped him on his head 1,000,000 times. 1, 2 got kicked out. Got put through a table. 1, 2 kicks out. He gets rammed into the ring post. 1, 2 gets kicked out. Got thrown from a helicopter. 1, 2 he kicks out.
Thrown from a helicopter.
Okay? Unbelievable. Adam Cole and Tommaso Ciampa, unbelievable. Undisputed Era runs out. They beat the shit out of Ciampa. 1, 2 he kicks out. Here comes Johnny Gargano to help Tommaso Ciampa. No, he grabs the NXT Championship and taps Ciampa in the head with the plastic belt. And Tommaso gets knocked out. And Adam Cole pins him. 1, 2, 3. You gotta be shitting me.
It's the power. It's the power of betrayal, James.
You just messed up a 35-minute amazing match with getting tapped on the top of the head by a tin belt, and he gets knocked out. And Adam Cole covers him after being thrown from a helicopter and still couldn't pin him. You gotta be shitting me. What kind of finish is that? Why would you fuck up a match like that?
Oh my God.
What crack on a book of smoking? You guys had a Mac Classic. You guys had a match in the contender. And what did you do? You fucked it up.
Oh my
Great
God.
stuff. Great pay-per-view, but I don't understand these finishes. Like, what? You have the crowd. Everybody's invested. I'm invested. I'm at the edge of my seat like, oh my God, these guys are going to kill each other. I mean, the moves and the selling and everything. I mean, Adam Cole and Tommaso Ciampa were amazing in that ring together. And here comes Johnny Gargano. Now he's going to turn heel, and Tommaso Ciampa's the face. Gee, I thought we just saw this, but the roles are reversed now. Really? So now we got to go through this whole storyline all over again? And he taps Tommaso Ciampa in the head. He like taps him with the NXT tin belt. Oops, sorry. Oops, I'm sorry. My bad. And then he gets knocked out. And 1, 2, 3 for the cover.
James.
And I'm like, really? Really?
James.
Really?
James.
What?
Focus.
Last year, this came up a few times last year, us talking about Adam Cole matches, because this is something that comes up a lot in Adam Cole matches. The finish killing.
And they make him look like a weak champion by doing all this shit.
I mean, how many matches have we seen him in over the past year where they're like, basically throwing a nuclear bomb at each other and they're kicking out?
Yeah.
I mean, and then it's like this, something wins and you're like, how? Like nothing else won.
And then you get the entire Undisputed Era beating the shit out of Tommaso Ciampa, and they still can't pin him. So you're making your champion look weak as shit.
Yeah.
But it was an excellent pay-per-view. The matches were incredible, but the finishes on some of these matches were like, it's almost like the booker said, how about if we get everybody in the palm of my hand and then we just crush them? I mean, the matches were incredible and the crowds were hot. and they were into it. And then as soon as the finishes, the crowd go dead.
Mm.
Oh, the crowd went dead. With the same thing with the Flair running, the crowd went dead. Excellent pay-per-view, excellent matches. All the finishes are all suspect. It was good stuff, though. I was hooked. It was good stuff. But I just had a problem with the false finishes. You know, if you're gonna do a false finish like that, then don't just tap him on the head with a plastic belt. Then he goes down. Like, really?
Yeah.
I wasn't feeling that. But it was good stuff, though.
The finisher killing thing has been an issue for a while, just across the board. Any promotion you can think of. I mean, there have been how many New Japan matches over the last 5 years where you can make the same complaint with some of them. Some of the Okada title matches from 2017 and so forth. You can totally lob this at it.
Yeah, true. Especially in Okada matches, true. But this, he gave a tequila sunrise to the table. I mean, come on, you should be done. That's it, you're done.
That's the biggest problem is they just don't know when to stop.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, we talked about that. Remember that? What was it? The Revival versus Undisputed Era a few months ago.
Yeah.
Zeus, remember you were saying like after that one spot, it should have been over and Revival should have won.
Yeah,
but they couldn't win because they Undisputed
Era. But so therefore they shouldn't have done that spot.
Right.
Because
it felt like the natural finish of the match.
Right.
I want to tell you this though. After watching NXT the past few weeks, I don't see any other company whose women's division can compete with the NXT women's division. Even the main roster of WWE. That women's division in NXT is stacked. And those guys are no joke. They can go. All of them. They can go.
Stardom.
You know,
really?
I'm like Stardom in Japan, James. Lo siento, Stardom.
You know, I watched a little bit of SmackDown last night because I was looking to see Johnny, but I watched a little bit of the Naomi and Carmella match.
Yeah, so how was that? I heard it was like,
well, I tell you what, it's not that they can't wrestle. Okay, it just seemed like they had been given a heavily choreographed, down to the minute match to perform. And they seemed very preoccupied with what they were doing at the moment and the next thing. And so, like, instead of letting them do what felt right, it felt like they were doing what they were told to do. You know?
right.
And I think that you know, and it's the same with the promos. I think they're overdoing everything, and they just
everything's overproduced.
Right. They need to teach these people to go on their instincts and wrestle a little bit instead of, you know, just being, you know, when you see it's like, okay, well, it's like sunset flip and miss, and then, you know, reach up, grab for the roll up, and I mean they're just kind of, they're trying to jam so much stuff into this short time to try to get people excited instead of just letting something build in a better way.
Yeah, a natural way.
Yeah, you know, and I mean something more like a fight, because I mean they're I mean I was actually kind of impressed with how much effort they were putting into it.
Right.
Because it seemed like they were really, you know, like for whatever reason they were trying to do all of those things.
Speaking of Naomi, about Naomi, because I actually read somewhere that she wouldn't mind going down to NXT.
I'm sure she wouldn't at this point. I mean, you know, who knows? I mean, she may be getting the title shot at Bayley at WrestleMania, though.
Yeah. Well, no, she's fighting Bailey at Super Showdown next Thursday.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
At Blood Money 4.
Right. There you go. There you go. Now,
Blood Money 4.
Zeus, you saw SmackDown, you said, right?
Some of it.
Okay.
Wasn't Goldberg on it last night?
Yeah,
he was
I heard that. I heard that in between the matches, they were doing little video interruptions.
Yeah, off and on there was the little there's something going on. Somebody's going to debut.
Is that supposed to be Killer Cross?
It's hard to say at this point. I mean, there's little glitchy things, but like some of the graphics have been like a circle of round blue circles.
Right.
Which that doesn't seem very Killer Crossy. That seems more like the, Ali's, kind of his little fake repulsor thing that he has.
Right.
But like I think I saw one that looked like an envelope. And I mean, it's hard to say. I don't know, but I tell you that Greensboro crowd loved Ali in that dark match. They really did.
Well, he's good. He's a good wrestler, man. He's really good.
I can't imagine Killer Cross going directly to the main roster.
It would, with the, with just, the guy that's most similar to him in WWE already is Samoa Joe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Samoa Joe he had a run in NXT before he got to the main roster.
Mm-hmm.
So I would think the same thing, especially if you want to keep Cross with Scarlett, because she's obviously, in NXT working hard. So I would think that they are gonna, I don't know. I don't know. It's so hard to explain, how, WWE, logic. But
there's something WWE related I want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, please not Mandy and Otis.
It is Mandy and Otis. It is totally Mandy and Otis I want to talk about.
So sad. So sad.
That's awesome, Zeus.
So
That's
sad.
fucking awesome. Zeus is
Look.
like, please not Mandy and Otis.
Okay, so I obviously did not watch SmackDown on Valentine's because I was out. But I saw like later that night, and I saw like Saturday morning and throughout the day, I saw so many people angry about this Mandy and Otis thing. And I saw, clips of it online, and I just can't believe that this was connecting with people so strong last weekend. People were like very visceral. I saw people almost doing like death threats to Dolph Ziggler.
It's Mark Henry China all over again. It's all rehashed storyline. That's all it is.
But I can't believe people were so into this.
They are.
Right.
They are.
Now here's the thing, though. Part of the problem that I have with this entire thing is that, social media. So everybody knows that, because they follow, Mandy is not in character on her social media.
Right.
A little bit on her Twitter when the show is on, or about the show, about SmackDown, but most of the time, especially on her Insta, she is all about herself selling, magazine covers, supplements, having fun in the sun and the beach and modeling bikinis, whatever. Okay, but we all know that she is millions of miles out of the league of Otis. Okay. And she does have a boyfriend, by the way. It's
Otis, right?
But right. So Otis is the fat slob that, he's not okay. He's not a nice, sweet, lovable guy like a hillbilly Jim. Okay.
Oh God!
Listen. If Hillbilly Jim had made those mouth gestures and and weird side eyes and funky hip thrusts and belly jiggles and shit like that. If he'd have done that, people would throw up. Okay? All right. And if any of these guys, listen, any of these thirsty dudes that are on these girls' timelines, and I'm not talking about just wrestlers, I'm talking about other girls.
Oh my God.
Just fans and other girls that are on Twitter. If they had a dude that looks anything like Otis do that to them, they would block them, report them, and ban them from the internet.
No,
Okay?
yeah, you're right. You're
Can
right.
you imagine Hillbilly Jim
We
doing?
think he's sweet. Oh, we think he's sweet. Oh, yeah, you like Otis. Oh, they would make a great couple. No, they would make a great couple. They make a terrible couple. She's a superficial fucking super into herself person.
Their
Jesus
lifestyles
Christ.
are not compatible, right?
And why
They would
Dolph
not be a real
Ziggler?
couple.
He banged enough chicks in the WWE. Really? I mean, come on, man.
Well,
you got to put somebody new in there.
There is a whole soap opera thing where someone told Otis Mandy was going to be late. So Otis waits an hour to go to the restaurant. Then she's at the restaurant like, where the hell is Otis?
Right.
And then Dolph Ziggler shows up and she has dinner with Dolph Ziggler and Otis shows up and he's like, and he drops his flower.
I heard Dolph Ziggler gave her a lift yesterday, and then like Otis came out from hiding from, I don't know, somewhere and stuff like that.
Oh my God. So he's going to be like a stalker now?
Creepy stalker dude, yeah.
Right, yeah. No, Zeus, you're absolutely right. Because if any
but people are still like, oh, well, you know, if the Saudis pulled out of the WWE deal because of the way the Mandy and Otis story is going down, would you be upset? I'm like going, if only.
If only.
Hell, they're probably, they're probably like, hey, could you do maybe a new starting line with Elizabeth? And fucking, she's dead.
Oh my God. Okay.
I want to know how WWE actually pulled off to get two women in the ring in Saudi. That's interesting.
They did it before with Natalia and
her and Lacey.
They had to wear those like bodysuit things.
Yeah, everything's covered up.
And they got water bottles thrown at them.
Yeah, I was gonna say that
they got water bottles thrown at them. And those guys that threw the water bottles did not get thrown out.
Of course not.
They didn't even care. Not one damn bit.
Zeus, yes, it was so weird that people were when I was looking at the social media and stuff last weekend, people were so angry about that whole thing that they were like, "Oh no, poor Otis," and you're like, he's this weird, like he comes off almost mentally retarded. Oh, excuse me.
You talking about me opening my mouth, really?
I know, I apologize, but he comes off so weird. Like he's got.
Are you trying to say that he rides the short bus? That's what you're trying to say?
Telling you, man. I mean, this whole thing. It's like, I'm like, who do you people think that, And they keep doing dumbass shit with her.
And it's hook, line, and sinker too. Zeus. It's hook, line, and sinker. Everybody loves this shit.
Oh,
I don't understand why.
I know, but they almost tried to start a lesbian angle with her and Sonya. And I'm like, everybody knows that Sonya is perfectly happy in a relationship with another woman already. So why are you gonna try and do this shit? It's like, stop. You gotta get a hold of either got to get a hold of people's social media accounts, or you gotta fit things into the way that everybody else knows it is. But I mean, it doesn't seem like. I mean, you're not trying to please me, obviously. Obviously.
I don't think we're the target audience. Yeah.
We're not.
That's not us, Zeus. No.
Let me say one last thing about this. One last thing before we move on. There was a thread I was watching. I was reading a lot of stuff about. I read on Twitter and I read in some message boards. I read in various places. But this one specific thread on this deal, I kept seeing this thing happen over and over again in the comments, and it was like I just couldn't believe that this was happening so many times in the comments. Someone would say, "Well, it's Otis' fault for showing up late," and people would be like, "Oh, well, someone messaged him and told him Mandy was going to be an hour late. That's why he showed up an hour later." And then that exchange happens like again and again and again and again. I saw it so many times in this thread, and I was like,
Who
"Does no
says
one
kayfabe is dead?
like in their own thread they're commenting in like?" This conversation happened like 20 times in this specific thread. I saw it.
They're buying in. Everybody's buying in. I don't know why or how, but they're buying in.
Already discussed that specific thing that about him showing up late, and someone already said, "Oh, because he got this message," and people just
right. He got the message. Yeah.
Like, oh my god. Anyway. Yeah, so okay, well, since we were on last week, AEW last week.
I heard Disco Inferno took a little heat about commenting on AEW.
Oh, is it about the women's title?
Yeah.
So did Val Venus got into trouble over this as well.
Yeah, I read that. I heard Val Venus is shooting off his mouth now too.
But yeah, Riho lost the title to Nyla Rose. I want to see the match again. I thought it was a good match when I saw it. Even if I wasn't crazy for the result.
AEW had a good match. Oh wow!
But I mean, I have to see it again before I can say officially. But
do you still watch AEW, Zeus?
I've flipped here and there. It's not something that I've tried. I've flipped back and forth.
Yeah. So Pedro, then it's all you, right, Pedro? Then you're all in, huh?
I am not all in. I'm not enjoying the shows. No, that's not why I watch the shows.
Okay.
But I watch it to help a friend out. But we all know who. But
brutal.
Yeah, that match is interesting. Nyla Rose, the best matches that they've been in have all involved Riho. The other title match, and then that 3-way with Riho and Yuka. For some reason, the Japanese women are the only ones who seem to find a way to make Nyla's offense look good.
Right.
If you watch Nyla's matches with non-Japanese people, the offense never looks any good. And people keep saying, "Oh, they've improved," and I have yet to see this improvement. Because 1 week, Nyla's doing a spear, and it's more like just slowly collapsing onto someone, and the person just kind of slowly falling down with the person slowly collapsing on top of them. And then the next week, you have Riho has to basically sprint into into Nyla and fold herself in half like she's trying to touch her toes to make it seem, and you're like, oh, she's been broken in half. But if you watch it, you realize it's the selling that's doing it. It's the person taking the offense is making this thing. Nyla still has trouble getting Riho, who's apparently, according to Jim Ross, since Jim Ross loves to point this out, only 98 pounds up in the air for a powerbomb. Nyla has trouble getting anyone up for a powerbomb.
Is she hurt?
I don't know.
Heard anything like that.
We've talked in the last year that they seem to have a lack of athleticism.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole women's division is crap.
But the whole reason they're there is to be like the Beast. Isn't that the nickname?
Yeah.
The Native Beast or something like that is what they call themselves.
I don't know. I don't know. I stopped watching it, so I don't know. This is all you, Pedro. Knock yourself out because I can't deal with it.
This is all you. I can't do with it. Oh.
I can't.
I bring it up because Cody said in an interview this week that they put the title on Nyla because she was the best in the women's division. She's the best wrestler in the women's division, and I'm like, I don't know. It seems like there's
is there any truth to that? No, right?
But And you know,
I mean,
everyone.
are there better women in that division?
Have you all seen that everyone's in love with Britt Baker now?
No.
I've heard. It seems like she's gotten popular.
It's not because of the wrestling. It's all because her promo deal has gotten better. But
you mean
yeah.
since 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, it has slightly gotten better, but it still is not great. But yeah, people are just love her flaming everyone.
Britt Baker. Jesus.
But since we have YYH in the chat room, let's discuss the handling of Angelico and Jack Evans for a moment.
Yawn. Go ahead.
They went from let's see, they did the Dark tapings from last week. They jobbed to Best Friends and Orange Cassidy.
Ugh.
And like there's a spot where Jack is on the top rope and Orange Cassidy gets on the apron, and then Angelico goes to attack Orange Cassidy, and he Orange Cassidy moves out of the way, and Angelico hits the ropes, crotches himself on the rope, and then it causes Jack to fall off the turnbuckle and crotch himself on the rope, so they're both crotched on the ropes, and just lots of cartoony buffoonery clown stuff. Oh, we got Lord Lux in the chat room.
What's up, Lux? Boots. You're nice.
So yeah, they were clown buffoon jobbing to the Best Friends in Orange Cassidy, and then this week they're in that tag team battle royal, and Jack got eliminated like right at the offset, and then Angelico wasn't doing too much of stuff in there. He was just hanging out. He was low blowing one of the Bucks. But mostly he wasn't doing much, and then we thought
I just want to punch Orange Cassidy in the face.
I thought maybe Angelico wasn't doing much because he was gonna last like towards the end of the thing, but then what's it called? Is he
really that over?
He was making the sign of the cross to Luchasaurus. Luchasaurus was coming at him, and he was making the sign of the cross, and then he got eliminated.
Is Orange Cassidy really that over?
Yeah,
we have someone else in the chat room.
The greatest thing,
Sherry,
that did happen.
Hey, what's up, Dad?
The best move that I've seen the last 2 weeks on AEW came from Allie.
Yes,
Allie straight up kicked Orange Cassidy in the balls.
Yes,
that's awesome.
That was awesome.
Zeus, I actually did. Was talking with the YYH during the episode, and I did tell her, I was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe it! I'm marking out for Allie."
If Allie is at WrestleCade this year, I will buy an 8x10 from Orange Cassidy in the balls.
I don't know why Orange Cassidy's so over. I just want to step in the ring and punch him in the fucking face.
I don't know,
He's an idiot.
Jesus Christ.
Now, hold on. I heard a rumor about AEW. I don't know if this is true because I don't watch that shit. But I heard that Raven is in AEW now.
He was spotted backstage.
He was in a few weeks ago. He did do something on one of the Dark Order videos. They had a deal where they've had a few different people play the role of the Exalted One. Like all you hear is their voice. And one of the weeks they had Raven do his voice. And now this week, during the Tag Team Battle Royal, the Dark Order comes out and they're like on the promo and they're like distracting SCU. And then SCU comes out and attacks them. And you see Raven was sitting behind them. He was in the audience sitting behind the Dark Order. So Raven was actually on camera at the show.
And what? All these AEW fans all love this shit, right? Oh, love it. Oh, it's Raven. Yeah.
Well, Zeus and I were talking during the show this week about that cage match with Cody. Remember Zeus?
Yeah.
It was it wasn't a horrible match, but it just was a lot of not that much happening, and then some blood, some Arn Anderson MJF stuff, and then that moonsault off the top. I mean, it just wasn't a ton to it. It was just kind of a lot of ho hum, and then like, oh, some blood, oh, Arn Anderson and MJF interacting, oh, a moonsault off the top. And people have been calling it the match of the year and all this.
Oh my God! So I can't get into discussions with AEW fans because everything is the match of the year. It's the AEW is the greatest thing since sliced bread. AEW this, AEW that. There's been wrestling 100 years before fucking AEW. Okay, you know, idiots got to wake up.
And they're you know, here's the thing now. I'm glad they like it. I'm glad AEW fans like AEW.
Yeah, you know, good for them, but don't call shit the best I've ever seen in their life in the history of wrestling. That's bullshit.
You know, I've seen these same things, and I see, you know, it's like you look at what they say they like to watch and what they say they've watched, and it just doesn't 2 + 2, you know, make 7, and so sometimes things don't add up, and I'm like. But whatever, you know, you go like it, and I'm happy for you. But it's just you know, and then of course, you know, Jeff Cobb coming in.
Yeah,
and how many people didn't know who the fuck he was? I'm like, oh my God, you don't know.
You don't know who Jeff Cobb is,
and it's not like, see. I don't feel like a smarmy.
I do not know Mr. Athletic.
Right, because it's like it's like we're on, you know, when we're on wrestling Twitter. I mean, if you don't know who Jeff Cobb is in the last 5 years, then you're really got some tunnel vision.
Yep.
You know, and somebody said, what's he wrestle like? And I'm like, well. Taz plus Samoa Joe plus Vader equals Jeff Cobb.
That's actually a pretty good analogy, Zeus. I like that.
Thank you. You know, I'm just like, you know, I don't know how you not know, but apparently this is going to be just a short-term thing for Cobb. And I think what they're also trying to do is, you know, they're hoping that, you know, maybe they'll impress Cobb enough where he would join, you know, AEW after his, you know, contract is up. You know,
did you watch that match, Zeus?
The match before he came out?
No, the one against Moxley.
Some of it, yeah.
I was telling.
It was good.
I was telling Bean during it that I was surprised that I was bored during it. I was kind of bored during it.
I mean, sadly, you know, I see that there's a lot of the same problems in many of the AEW matches. Sometimes there's just too much time standing around. You know, it's like where people need to like throw another punch. You know, it's like if somebody misses a spot or doesn't start a spot, the other person needs to step up and
adjust to it, right?
Yeah, if you're waiting for somebody to pop you in the face and they forget to do it, you pop them in the face, lock up, do something else, and get back to the damn thing.
Right, exactly.
You know? But don't just stand there and wait for 15 seconds for them to remember, oh, I'm supposed to punch you. Or they're out of breath and they can't do it. You know, but something, you know, the standing around shit is just, you know, it looks terrible. And I saw that in that match. I saw that in some of the, you know, with the Hangman and Kenny Omega and
the Lucha Bros.
Yeah. So I'm just, you know, I I think that, like, we know they have Arn Anderson there now. But what I think he's doing is being polite and saying, you come to me and then I will be glad to help. And I think they just needed to say, hey, listen, we know you can build good matches. Help us build all of these matches is what they need to do. Because overall the matches are all just not great.
It's not like they don't have talent. Yeah, because AEW has talent.
They do.
They have a lot of talent. It's just put together like shit.
I will say there has been a slight improvement the last month, and but it's damning with slight praise. But it's like it's gone from December and January where it felt just offensively horrible to watch. Like it almost like offended me watching the show.
To some people, it's the greatest thing since sliced bread.
But the past 4 weeks, they've gotten to a consistent thing where it's like mediocre to boring. Like the things are boring, but they're not offensively terrible as they were. It's just kind of boring. It's just kind of there. And the thing I've been saying recently, I've said it on here, I'm sounding like a broken record, but it's to me very formula. Like from the format of the show to the matches, everything is feeling very formulaic. A very WWE-like to me. The things people complain about the WWE, everything happening, same beat for everything, I feel is very true of AEW. It's just very formula.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I can't with the whole Orange Cassidy. I just can't, because Orange Cassidy reminds me of that version of Enzo.
James, let me ask you something. Can you talk about the NWA?
Oh,
now that I don't mind. Even talking about the traveling whore, I'd rather watch her than fucking Orange Cassidy.
Holy moly, the views and opinions. No, I already said something. You always put the disclaimer when I said that.
Yeah. I didn't catch that show this week, though. I totally forgot to watch that show.
I didn't catch it either. I feel bad to say.
I keep watching that. It's like every time I go to put it on, like something else pops up.
I think it was a little bit of a mistake not to have Power this week, but
yeah, I was all ready to watch Power, and I was like, "What the hell is this show?" I was like, "Nah, I'll pass."
Well, I mean, it was fine. It was just a very short showcase of newcomers.
How many matches they had on that, Zeus?
Just the one.
Just the one. That's it.
Yeah.
So, what was the format? Since we haven't seen it, what's the format of the show?
It's basically okay. So it's interviews with and introducing these teams. They call them the best kept secret that were managed by Nikita Koloff. Okay, and they're apparently an up and coming tag team, and they got to cut a promo, and they did a little behind the scenes with them, and then they had Kurt and PJ Hawks, and they talked to them, and they even mentioned I don't know if you guys saw that, but there was a wrestling match at like a mall, and the kid that jumped off over the rail.
Yeah.
Into the ring. Yeah, that was young PJ Hawks.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So that dude is in the NWA now?
Well, they're on the squared circle.
Okay.
So really, I thought that the best kept secret guys were very, very capable. They had some good power moves. They're kind of a throwback to 80s power teams, and
I gotta check this out.
I like them. And then of course, PJ and Kurt have a compelling story because they're a father and son team. There's not, I don't think there's currently any, big name father and son teams. and they ended up getting the win. And also during the match, they had apparently had screened this episode with other media people and like fans, and so they took the fans that were watching the advanced screening. They had to be videoed, so they put in people's live reactions during the episode. So it's kind of a different little thing where you get to see, people's reactions, as it was happening, kind of like, in the live chat, but you actually got to hear and see the people, talking about things. So it's different. And hey, let's, for something that's not in Power, sure. I'll give it a whirl. I thought it was interesting.
Yeah, I'll check it out today. I just want to see Nikita Koloff cut a promo.
Yeah, he's so nice. He's his heart is just not into being a mean bastard anymore. So don't get your hopes up too high, James.
No, okay. Because he was the best when he was the heel.
Yeah, but like I said, he's just so nice.
Yeah. No, he's nice now. Yeah.
Now I do want to say from the week before, I think it was the week before, on Power, Eddie Kingston cut that promo.
Oh yeah, man, that
just phenomenal. I mean, there was a lot of good promos.
Good on the mic.
I mean, him. Pope is good on the mic. Pope is just
butter. Well, Pope is he's
Pope
awesome.
Is butter. He just melts all over everything. He's so good, and he really makes you want to hate him.
Yeah, he's always been amazing on the stick, though. He was never not good on the mic. He was just never given the opportunity to be good.
Yeah. Even
he was always taken off TV before something really good started to happen.
Well, he got injured a lot, didn't he?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah. But Kingston killed it. He killed it. They had, of course, Eli Drake and James Storm are killing it.
I like them.
They just holy shit, man. I mean,
I like James Storm is drinking beer right before the match. That's fucking awesome. That's hot. That's hot right there. That's hot.
And you see these guys, okay, and we all know that they're good promos. And then when you see other wrestlers from other companies tweeting about how good these promos are from these guys, it's like, okay, people really taking notice of
that Eddie Kingston promo was really good. I mean, I was like, whoa. He was really good.
Didn't we say before that like Eddie Kingston? It's like a shame that his body is so
it's a shame that he can't.
He's like a main event. He's a main event promo, but he doesn't have main event health or whatever. He can't.
He body slammed somebody and he screamed. He was like, "Oh, like, really? Like, come on, man! What are you doing there?"
Eddie, if you're listening, please just kill James, not us. Send homicide to James's house.
So homicide to my house. Oh Jesus, please. No, but it's true because he's so good that you want him to be healthy.
Yes, and I think that's another thing that's changed over, especially the last, 20 years is we do care.
Yeah,
I think fans, the way that the things have changed. How amazing it is that that there's all these events that you can meet all of these people, and then you might see somebody like like when I saw New Jack, he had a boot on his foot. He'd broken his foot. And he's not even wrestling anymore really. So it's like all these guys and ladies and women and everybody. It's like you want there is a more health concern for people now. It's not spike that head, with a pile driver, on the concrete floor. It's like, please don't, paralyze each other, for us.
Homicide's like that too. Homicide could barely walk to the ring.
Yeah.
You know, it's a shame because these guys are good guys. You know, and it's bad to see that. You know, it's hard to see that. And then you have people like Eddie Kingston just cutting that passionate promo,
Yeah.
and you're like, wow, that was really like I felt that. You know.
Yep.
And then you get to the ring, you're like, wow, brutal. It's all please, Scott Steiner. You should stay off my damn TV.
Yeah, and I saw another article from one of the news sites is saying that WWE may be, letting up, maybe getting rid of heavily scripted promos.
Well, they need to because it's hard. They're horrible now. Everybody talks.
Well,
like, I stutter. I stutter and I cut a better promo. Jesus.
and that's the thing is when people are seeing, what things can be, it's like, well, Jesus, maybe we should stop doing it. But once again, and I'll say this, until he retires, and he probably won't retire until he dies, but Vince is going to mess with things that he doesn't feel are gonna work his way at the 11th hour every night before SmackDown and before Raw. It doesn't matter who writes it.
What's the point of having a staff then, Zeus?
Because that's the way Vince is. He's a control freak. And he always has been. And that's why this is just going to continue. He will change little bits here and there. He might trend something, one thing or another. But when the biggest deal that people are talking about on SmackDown is Mandy and Otis, that just validates his way of thinking.
It's horrible. No, I agree.
Is the drama and the story far outweighs anything else. You have a hot, ridiculous story. That trumps a good wrestling show in his mind. And I don't think he ever steps down until he passes away.
Oh my God.
Well, he does hate the term wrestling. He hates wrestling. He hates the actual term wrestling and wrestling.
If he could run a show without wrestling, without matches, he would do it.
It's sports entertainment, pal.
Yeah.
It's good shit.
They're superstars, not wrestlers.
Those aren't fans, they're the universe.
Yeah, it's a universe,
Right.
Those aren't rats, they're traveling whores. Yeah,
oh my God.
Well, I do have a week to make up for, so there you go.
I gotta get in as many as I can.
But Zeus, I think you're absolutely right, and it's not going to change until he passes away. Because he never relinquishes control. He will never relinquish control.
Isn't some of it kind of related to being a public company, like a public?
That has to do with it. Yes.
No, I don't think so. It's all him.
I think it does. No, I think it does. It's because he wants to get money for his outside ventures. Yeah, because he's going to sell the pay-per-view rights to ESPN and Fox just so he has money to run an XFL. So he's doing a lot of things to please investors and to please television markets, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And if it's more entertainment and if it's more cheesy storyline, then he's going to do that. And he's not going to give it control until he has everything he wants.
Well, I guess what I'm saying is, like, you can't really let the wrestlers just cut loose if, you're concerned, like, well, I have to make sure it doesn't go over some kind of line, XYZ.
Yeah, but that's not their style, though, Pedro. That their style is not going over the line. That was 20 years ago in Monday Night Wars. But I'm not saying that that's going to happen. I'm just saying that, like, they're going to go out there and say, look, Naomi, you're mad at Carmella, you want your shot at Bailey, go out there and tell her about it. And don't forget to mention the pay-per-view. That's all you need to, that's all you should have to tell people. Right?
Yeah.
And they should be able to go out there and cut a good short or long promo, whatever they feel, and however their character, comes out of them, that's going to be the most genuine thing that people can identify with, instead of trying to remember all these words and things to say. It's just like, look, just let them be a fucking performer and perform.
Yeah.
It's very overproduced. It's they're the best and worst of wrestling because they have the best production values on television and in person.
Far and away.
Far and away. But then it's overproduced, and you handcuff your talent, and then everybody starts sounding like everybody else.
Yeah.
But once again, it's like there's also people that say, Vince is scared, or not scared, but he would rather not have another star that's bigger than the company.
Right.
Well, yeah, he doesn't want what happened to Austin. He doesn't want that again.
Rock and Cena,
yeah,
all that stuff. Yeah.
Austin took his ball and went home and handcuffed the company.
He doesn't want somebody to transcend the brand.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But I mean, he can't keep up. I mean, he's not getting any younger either. So I mean,
I know.
Is his faculties there? I mean, is he making smart decisions anymore?
Well, no. I mean, let me ask y'all a question. I don't watch American football. Have y'all watched this XFL thing?
I have.
Not.
What's your opinion of it so far, James?
Okay, I'm gonna give you an honest, unbiased opinion. I'm a football fan. Okay. NFL football is great. NFL football has become too watered down because of rule changes. And this is a catch, and this is not a catch, and this is a inbound, this is not inbound. Every 5 minutes you stop and play because of instant replay. It's become too watered down. But yet it's football. It's the best football on the planet. Here comes the XFL. Now, the first edition of the XFL, it was like WWE. They had storylines and everything. That failed miserably. Now you have XFL again. It's the reboot. It's actually football this time. It's good. I like what they're trying to do. They had good, compelling games. It was good competitive games in the first 2 weeks I've seen it. Is it on par with the NFL? No, it won't be. Is it a refreshing break from the NFL? Yes, it is. NFL fans are just going to automatically knock it only because it's not the NFL. But if you're a fan of football itself, it's not bad. Is it as good as Division I college football? At times. It has lax rules. There's some hard hitting going on. There's some quick plays. It's not, all the teams that go for it on fourth down. It's exciting, has big plays. Is it, again, it's not the NFL. It's not on caliber in the NFL. It doesn't have that type of talent. It's good if you like football. If you like the NFL, you're not going to like it. But it's good. It's okay. It's something to do on the spring afternoon. There's nothing else on TV. Boom, I watch the XFL.
They should get you to film like a promo for them. Like, I'm a fan. Boom, I watched the XFL.
No, it's because I had to go into this thinking as a football fan, not as an NFL fan. I'm a fan of football. I could watch college football. I could watch arena football. I could watch NFL football. I played football. I'm a fan of football. If it's good football, I'll watch it. If it sucks, I'm not going to watch it. And the NFL has gotten so watered down that, I'm sorry, it sucks. XFL is a nice alternative. Is it going to last? Probably not. But it's not horrible. It's not the greatest thing either. It's okay. It's all right. Yeah.
I saw some people saying that the different rules made it boring. Was what I saw.
Actually, I think the different rules is what makes it different and exciting. Because they were leveling the shit out of each other on the field. I mean, there was no such thing as illegal hits here. They were hitting the crap out of each other. If you catch the ball, you catch the ball. It's a catch. Unlike in the NFL where 8-minute instant replay. Oh, it's ruled. It's ruled not a catch after he clearly caught the ball. So all that taken away, it's good stuff now. I appreciate that. It's because just like the WWE has become, I think the NFL is overproduced. Everybody wants to change everything. Everybody has their hands in everything. Every rule needs to be scrutinized. No, come on.
I also gonna say this for the umpteenth millionth time too, is when Vince steps down, passes away, whatever, Stephanie McMahon is going to be the one that's left with the controlling interest, and she is going to continue doing WWE like her father because she's the daddy's girl, and she's going to feel that that's what the stockholders are going to want. That's what her dad would want, and she's going to keep on doing that. And Hunter's still going to be stuck with NXT, and everybody's going to be like, "Oh, we definitely would just let." You're going to keep on. We're all going to keep on doing that forever.
Zeus, here's where I think you're right and you're wrong. Only because I think you're right because it's going to start off like that. It's because it's worked, and she's not going to want to change anything, or she's not going to rock the boat, all because of the investors and everything. But I think in time, Triple H will get in her head in time, and she will be forced to start changing with the times.
Only if the ratings tank.
Agreed.
But if they keep on giving WWE fans WWE type wrestling, because we know that for the last 20 years that they've been building everything that they want to the way they want to, and people will keep raising their kids and watching it together. That's the power of WWE. Is it's for families and families that grow up and have other families. Because you right now there's at least 3 generations of people that are WWE fans since WCW went under.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh yeah,
and that's what they're building on, and then that's
then now forever. There you go.
Oh you're right.
Yeah, and of course Stephanie's got her own delusions, like she created women's wrestling and shit. So,
yeah. But first ever, actually, no, it's not.
First ever WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. No. Tag team belts are older than you are. But no, but that's the whole thing is you got that McMahon ego, and
I think over time, I think Triple H will start getting the NXT influence into Stephanie.
Nope.
Y'all are gonna have to revisit this in years and years down the line if we all make it.
Mark out Mania 4,822.
Yeah.
Live
we'll be like, moon. I'll be trying to sing all Let
me put my teeth in to cut a promo.
James, stop calling them whores.
But they're whores.
But that's an antiquated term. I'm sorry, I was watching Cheaters.
There's 20 years from now, they're still playing Cheaters on VH1.
Yeah. On Martian cheated on it. Yeah.
I remember when it happened the first time.
Yeah. That whore from Mars cheated on that gigolo from Jupiter.
Oh my God.
Whore!
Oh my God. Oh my God, some dude is like falling into like a construction zone on Cheaters right now.
This guy.
Hey.
No, look. Hi, I'm Joey Greco.
Real quick, I want to mention something from Stardom in Japan. They have canceled the rest of their shows for February, and they canceled their March 14th show. And they're still having their March 8th show, but it's in an empty arena now because of
is this due to the coronavirus?
About the coronavirus, Wuhan, yeah.
Yeah, empty building. That's a great. That's a great. Wrestling idea is, but that it first want to be a whole card though.
Yeah. And they released a poster for it, and I kind of love the poster because they're Mayu Iwatani and Saki Kashima have kind of a feud going on because Saki Kashima betrayed the Stars stable and joined Oedatai, and
Right.
And so for a while on her social media, Mayu was like all depressed and like almost in mourning, and then she's now in like the angry phase where she's just angry. And so they have a poster. They're gonna fight on the deal, and like you see them kind of angry, and then it says something like what was it? No crowd gate or something like that. I don't know. It had some weird subtitle, but yeah. An empty arena show, like not just a match, an entire show.
Entire show. Wow, that's something, man. On a non-wrestling topic, I don't know why I'm getting into this. I've been getting into the story. I don't know why, but is anyone else besides me not excited for Robert Pattinson's Batman?
Oh man, I hate the cowl.
It looks like Daredevil from the Netflix series.
Oh, it does. You're right.
To me, it looks like a skull. The very front of it looks like the front of a skull.
I think you nailed it, Zeus. I think you said it right. It doesn't match the rest of his suit.
No, it doesn't, and it makes me wonder if they're not going to do something in post.
Yeah, that's true.
Like a digital shield over top of it or something. I don't know, but it doesn't. The cowl doesn't look right at all. And now you got to give it to what's his name, man. He beefed up for that.
He did. But I'm not the biggest Robert Pattinson fan in the first place.
I mean, me personally, I don't care who they cast. I mean, really, Michael Keaton worked out. I mean,
yeah,
Johnny freaking Dangerously worked out just fine. So give people a chance is one thing. But yeah, it looks really weird, and maybe they'll do something with it in post, or maybe they're planning to do it in something post. But
I'm not excited. I'm just not excited. I'll read all the stories, and I'm into it, but like. When this movie drops, I don't think I'm going to be like, oh, okay. And, I think I'm more excited for Godzilla versus Kong.
You want to, something I just saw coming to Mortal Kombat 11, Spawn.
What?
Spawn.
Oh, wow.
Who?
Spawn is going to be a DLC into Mortal Kombat 11, apparently.
Really?
Yeah.
I love Spawn.
That'll be.
I think Spawn, the animated series, was the best thing ever. That thing was awesome.
John Leguizamo was awesome.
Mm-hmm. He was awesome. Yeah, he was awesome in the movie. Yeah, he was awesome in the movie. Yeah,
he was a
Violator.
Yep. D-E-D.
That was awesome. Yeah, the Spawn, the animated series, was great. And if Todd McFarlane ever get his shit together and just like make the new movie already and just do it,
Yeah.
I mean, because he holds all the rights.
Well, it's his creation, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but actually, he's apparently the holder because he wants like an exorbitant amount. I don't know, like what kind of control over the script and stuff. I don't know.
The AEW figures look pretty good.
Oh yeah, they do. They did unveil figures, didn't they?
Yeah.
I would get a Goldust. Well, I'm sorry, he's not Goldust anymore. My bad.
Right, Dustin. Yeah, Dustin looks
good.
Yeah,
Dustin.
God bless that man. I swear.
He's awesome. He's awesome.
He's somebody else that they need to lean on.
I would think. I mean, he's got a wealth of experience under his belt. I mean, yeah. I mean, like, I'm sure he could put together matches for half that. Half that locker room.
In the 1992 project I'm doing, I've seen a lot of Dustin Rhodes Mostly in tags. I've pretty much seen them all in tags so far, but because it seemed like he did a lot of tags in the pay-per-views. But
I
he was
personally
so great back then.
I personally think that Dustin Rhodes was the man as Goldust. I mean, you took the most unlikely person and you put him in that kind of character, and he made it work.
And it was really everything that went wrong between him and his dad. I mean, that's what it became. Was he was he was the opposite of everything that Dusty ever was.
And if you would have told me Dustin Runnels was going to put on a wig and lipstick and be all androgynous, I'd be like, and get over? I'd be like, yeah, okay, right, sure.
Now
okay.
that did take a while though.
But it got over, Zeus, and it was big.
Oh yeah, I mean he did eventually, but I mean at first he was really hated, and people were. I mean there was a lot of people that were pissed off.
Yeah.
Those are but he stuck with it, and he made it work. Then he got carried away, and then he pulled it back a little bit. Because you can't wear garter belts in the ring. I'm sorry, no.
Unless you're Oscar.
Unless you're Oscar, right? Exactly.
Kana Oscar. There's another Oscar.
Oh Lord.
So,
Lord.
What do y'all have? Anyone have anything to plug?
I'm just waiting for them to release the card for the Ring of Honor Super Show I'm going to, because I'm getting itchy now.
That's gonna be awesome. What about you?
I'm getting a little itchy.
You're getting that. Atlanta's getting
a Crockett Cup, Zeus. Sorry, buddy. But that sucks for you, man.
Yeah.
But hey, there's another small show coming up in High Point in early March. There's AML coming up in March.
AML's awesome.
Yeah. So I think the Firestar Pro in Greensboro is running a show sometime too. So there's a lot going on, and there's supposed to be at the next AML show. I believe the main event is an I Quit match between C.W. Anderson and George South for the AML title.
That would be hard.
Oh, you got to get to that.
Yeah, that you got to
go. I got my ticket. I'm already.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, yeah, you got your ticket already?
Yeah, I went ahead and bought it.
Why? How come Zeus got a ticket in the front row? Because he's super and he's famous. He's super famous.
I paid for it with my credit card.
You're super famous.
Now if they decide that they're going to put me, in the best seat possible, then I can't stop.
And then you cut a promo, and then you shoot a commercial, and then you be interviewed for an article, and then you be on the local North Carolina news, Greensboro.
I mean, they might put me right on the rail again. That would be
sure. Why not?
Yeah, that's a great scene.
I'm just not looking. The only thing I'm not looking forward to is that Ring of Honor show. Is that it's right smack in the middle of WrestleMania weekend, and WrestleMania weekend is in Tampa, and during that same show that I'm gonna go to. Over in Lakeland, there's another show right next to it that same day happening at the same time, all women's show.
Oh boy!
So it's going to be be crazy.
Is it the Tokyo Joshi Pro show or?
No, I don't know what show it is. I know there's two all women's shows. Actually, one's being promoted as a. I'm not going to get the name right, and it's going to sound weird after I say it, but it's because that has something to do with like a gay and lesbian thing. And they're putting on their own show.
Okay.
Over in Lakeland, where it's an all women's card. We're gonna have a bunch of wrestlers, and there's some good names in there too. I was like, interesting. And then there's another show that's actually going to be like 2 doors down from the show that I'm going to.
Wow.
So it's gonna be chaos in Lakeland on the fucking Saturday.
Hey, and James, watch out for the snake orgies.
Oh yeah,
And the snake orgies. Yeah, I gotta watch out for snake orgies in Lakeland too. Brutal. Unless I run into, unless I run into Cobra Moon, then something else. But I'm all good with that.
I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Thanks to YYH, the Lord Lux, Sherry.
Thanks, Dab, Lord Lux, YYH.
We'll see y'all next week.
What's up, Boots?
And we'll see y'all later. Adios.